Hi, I'm Brad Oaster, and today I want to talk to you about one of the key things that I learned from Steve Wozniak that has transitioned into how I go about developing church facilities. Back in the early 90s, when Steve and I were traveling the country to going to Mac Academy and all kinds of Apple events, I had a lot of time where I could sit and ask him questions, and he would just pour out information to me, and I just soak it up like a sponge because I have such an admiration for Apple and everything that they are. One of the key things Steve taught me is that when Apple goes about developing a product, whether it's an iPad or an iPhone or an iPad mini or even the new Mac computers, they don't look at what technology is available. You know, what can we create with the technology that's available? Let's look at the iPhone, for example. Back before the iPhone, the 800-pound gorilla in the phone market was the Blackberry. If you didn't have a Blackberry, you probably had a Nokia. Okay. Most companies would take a Blackberry and a Nokia if they want to develop a phone of their own, and they say, how could we make this better, right? I don't know what they would do. An engineer would probably put more buttons on it or something. At Apple, they don't do that at all. They don't even look at the existing technology like a Nokia or a Blackberry. They sit down and they brainstorm and they dream about what would be a really cool product that we would want. Well, we'd want something with no buttons on it. We'd want something that has the glass. You just wave your finger around on it. We would want something that you could send emails on. You could take pictures with it. You could eliminate your Rolodex. You could have all your contacts on there. Just this amazing thing that not only does not exist, but the technology to make it, that doesn't exist either. So what Apple does is they dream up these incredible, insanely great products. Then they turn around and say, okay, that's what we're going to build. And then they go develop the technology to make that possible. So instead of just the next iteration of a smartphone, they do what's called jump the curve. The evolutionary process from telephones, from the original Edison, Alexander Graham Bell phone, changed a little bit, changed a little bit, changed a little bit. They didn't just change a little bit. They leaped into the future with the iPhone, and that's why it's the most popular phone today. It's like when Henry Ford invented the car. If he had gone out and asked everybody, what do you want? They would have said a faster horse. Nobody had the concept of a car. So when we go out and we develop ministry, we don't look at years and years and years, history going back centuries, and say, well, we should do church the same way that they've done it for centuries and centuries and centuries, but we could just make ours just a little bit better. No. We have to look at the generation we're trying to reach today, the millennials, and say if we didn't have any connotation of how church has been done, and we simply take our instructions from Matthew 28 to go out and reach our community, to reach the lost for Christ, to develop Christ-like disciples, how would we best do that today? And then we design the ministry and the facilities to accomplish that. And if the technology is not in place to do it, we then turn around and invent the technology. That's why the churches today that we work with are among the fastest growing churches in the United States, because of the creativity that I was able to glean from hanging out with Steve Wozniak for 5 or 6 years back in the 90s. If we can help you, pick up the phone and call me. My phone number is 719-439-3019.